I'm so sorry that I have to clickbait you with this title, but my thumbnail speaks the truth. I did invest $30,000 into the US stock market, but I only managed to make $120,000 by the end of this year.
Because they don't want you to enjoy life, I promise you.
So why did I say $250,000? That's because if I had followed my own principles and I actually held until now, I would have earned $250,000 rather than $120,000. And yes, we are talking about dollars here. But this video is not for me to brag on how much I earned this year, but to let you guys know that investing is alright, it's safe, it's good, and it's extremely profitable, especially if you're young. If you're 18 right now to 20 plus years old, it's the best time for you to invest. And if you're above that age, it's still okay, because at any age, is it good to invest? Because you are putting your money in the right places, and also it makes you more financially aware of what you're spending your money on, whether you're wasting it away on luxury items, or whether you're using the money to generate more money, or putting your money in something that's valuable for the future. And I'm making this video specifically because I'm so sick of guys my age, which I'm 24 right now, and they are so into branded and designer items that they are wasting all their money on them. If you buy things like watches and you pick the right ones that appreciate, then it's fine, because you're using that as not only a luxury item but also an investment tool.
2, 4, 6, 8 watches factory, so they appreciate.
But if you're just buying an item like a car, a Mercedes, just because you want to have higher ego, that is completely a waste of money, and honestly it's dumb. It's dumb. If you can't afford it, go ahead by all means, but if you can't afford it and you're just doing it just to show off, then that is completely dumb. Because all these things are labeled as an addiction. Once you get some, you keep getting more and more of them. But one thing's for sure, if you're addicted to buying stocks, that is perfectly fine. If you're in Malaysia, you can use investment platforms like eToro, Webull. Those are amazing platforms to start investing, because you don't need to put a certain sum of money in. You can just put any sum of money in. The only thing is they will charge you a transaction fee and also a conversion rate. It's super easy and it takes a minimal amount of time. If you want to understand how the stock market works and how stocks actually work in the most basic and simplest forms, check out my next video. The next video I'm going to post is I'm going to break it down into the simplest forms, in the story form. So keep yourself updated and subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell, because you will be the first to watch those videos, and if you comment on them, I will definitely reply to you. I also have another video on generating 5 different streams of income in 2021 down in the description below and at the end screen. Or click on the I button. Is there an I button there? Anyway, let's dive into the video. I'm going to share the top 4 stocks that I made the most out of this year, just because I invested at the right time, at the right price, and I was disciplined. But not that disciplined, because if I actually held those stocks until now, I'll be earning $250,000, which is more than double the amount that I actually earn right now. But with all that said, I'm still satisfied with everything that I've earned, so let's get to it. The year 2019 was the first year that I actually started investing. I had the courage to finally start investing, because before that, I was really skeptical. I was scared because I've heard stories of people doing Forex and losing money. I didn't know the exact difference between trading and investing. Due to my lack of knowledge and also lack of people around me that invest as well, that can assure me that, oh, okay, investing is safe. Because most people in Asia always tell you that investing is gambling. Investing is not gambling. Trading could possibly be gambling if you don't have the right information and the right knowledge, but investing is definitely not gambling. I worked as a personal trainer back in Singapore, and at that time I earned pretty solidly, because working as a personal trainer honestly makes you fair decent amount of income, just that your hours is completely fucked up, because you'll be working all the time if you're trying to chase that money. Anyway, how I started was, once I got the confidence to start investing, I took $9,000 and put into my account. I saved money so frugally. I did not buy any luxury items. I just put all my money in the bank whenever I got my salary. Now, what I learned from investing is it doesn't matter how much you start with. The most important thing is that you start, because once you start, that's when you actually get more and more knowledge in and experience as well. So like I said, I started off with 9,000 and I continued saving from month to month. Every time I got my salary, I'll put about 80% into the account and use 20% on my rent and also my other stuff like food and other expenses.
Some people can't handle success. I can.
Now, if you're a beginner in this, I highly recommend that you consult with your financial advisor, or you do more research in what you're buying or the companies that you're buying in. So after a couple of months of saving my salary and doing a couple of successful trades, and keep in mind the trades are not done by technical analysis, they are done with both technical and fundamental. So the companies that are good, together with the right trend, buy it, earn some money out of it, and eventually I saved to 32,000 US dollars.
How'd you fucking do that?
So I had 32,000 to play around with. Now for the 4 stocks that you've all been waiting for. First off, I'd like to start with a stock that it was quite volatile at that time and I wasn't too sure. So I did a lot of trading with it and I earned a couple of bucks from it, but I did not hold it until now, because if I did, I could potentially earn so much more. And that company is Tesla. Now, a lot of people told me not to buy it because of its volatility and that it was so overpriced at that time. But considering the fact that I was pretty stubborn and also I saw its volatility as an advantage for me, I couldn't help myself but to try. I did read the annual reports and I knew that a lot of their money went into R&D. So let's say even though if the stock drops, in the long run, it would definitely be profitable. And also it is a household brand. Tesla is the #1 electric car company in the world as of now. So I wasn't too afraid how much it would drop, because no matter what, it will still come back up in the future. But luckily enough, when I was trading it, I did make a fairly decent amount from buying at its lows and selling at its highs. And yes, I did use an automated buy and sell system. So I set it at a certain price to buy and I set it at a certain price to sell. And there's an equation for it, but more on that on another video. What I did not expect was in 2020, which is this year, it had a tremendous spike. And I could not expect that. I did not expect that. I thought the spike would probably be like $400, but now it's insane. Anyway, all in all, I netted about 9 to 10,000 US dollars. And if I kept it at its lowest price, which is $220, which I bought, and held it until today, I would have netted $60,000 from a small amount, with a 1,364% gain, net gain. This is because of its insane price spike and its 1 to 5 stock split. Insane! But I'm truly satisfied with my earnings from Tesla, because due to its volatility when no one could see it coming, it was honestly a good amount that I've earned from trading it. Okay, let's get to more interesting stocks. Next stock I'm going to talk about is Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that uses recommendation algorithms and data science to personalize clothing items based on the style, size, and budget. From an online survey that they provide you with, I used $5,805 to purchase 250 units and netted about $11,907.22 with a 205% net gain. Pretty decent considering the fact that I only held this stock for 1 year and 2 months, as I got them in October 2019 at $23.22 per unit. Moving along, the next company, I actually had double the net gain compared to Stitch Fix. And it's not a US company, it's a company from China. I do invest heavily in China stocks as well, but China stocks, I hold them for a very long time. US stocks, I tend to hold them for maybe a year or few months or even few weeks due to its volatility, and they don't really have high margins as compared to China stocks. Yes, there are companies like Tesla that skyrockets, Amazon, but those are only a very finite amount of companies. But for China companies, you can acquire them at a very low price and they have the potential to go up so much more. This company that I'm talking about is called Pinduoduo. Pinduoduo is the largest interactive e-commerce platform in China and in the world. It is the second largest online marketplace in China by the number of users and the number of orders. So what makes it so special and how did I find out about this company? This company went public in July 2018 and I was lucky from reading an article. I found this company right next in comparison to Alibaba. And Chinese in China did mention that this was going to be the next Alibaba, but there were a lot of pessimism in the United States saying that this company was going to go bust, this company wasn't making any money, this company faked its books. And there were also a lot of articles that did put down Pinduoduo. Even CNBC, Bloomberg, all of them did give a comment about Pinduoduo and it wasn't so good. But as Warren Buffett says, don't go together with the trend. I always like to go against it. So what I did was I did my research. I found out that the company's earnings was not made from the products, but actually the active users and advertisement promotions. And the active users were growing tremendously year after year. And I saw they had pretty good shareholders in it. And that's why I made the decision, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I checked out the app as well and it was perfectly fine, just that a couple things were really cheap. But that's the trick, because everyone thinks that because those stuff are so cheap, they're not going to make any money. But there's another way to think of it, is whereby because the stuff is so cheap, so many people are going to come onto this platform and so many people are going to actively engage with everything because they're going to buy stuff, they're going to sell stuff. They have a lot of things to do on that platform, which makes the marketplace dense. So when you advertise anything on it, there's so many people that are going to engage with it and see it, and therefore you can charge them a higher price. Or even if you don't charge them a higher price, there are a lot of people who would want to advertise on that platform. And from the numbers alone, well, you profit. Right now, this investment is pretty safe because I did see that the United States pension is investing in this company as well, which is really funny to me because before that they were saying like, oh, this company is going to go bust, and now the pension is actually investing in it, which is weird because normally pensions invest in low risk things, but this is considered low risk to them now when they said that it was going to go bust just a year ago. So don't listen to experts. So I used $8,644 to purchase 400 units and netted around $26,344.32 with a 304% net gain. Also pretty decent because I didn't hold the stock for that long. It's about a year and a half. I think I acquired this stock around July 2019. If I'm not mistaken, it's July 2019, but I might be wrong. So finally, the final stock pick of mine, and this stock pick honestly made me feel smart, but it's not good to feel smart when you make the right decision, so I'm just gonna stay neutral. As Amazon founder Jeff Bezos said, don't feel 30% smarter when the stock rises by 30%, because you'll feel 30% dumber when the stock drops by 30%. And I kinda like that rule because you're pulling your emotions out of investing, which is smart. For those of you who follow my Instagram, you've probably seen this many times. And this company is NIO, a Chinese electric car company. I made a substantial investment in this because I saw a lot of potential in this company when everyone else didn't. And if I'm not wrong, this company also IPO'd around the same time as Pinduoduo. And the stock price actually dropped to almost $1 and it was horrible. Because when it IPO'd, it had a spike, and from that spike onwards, it kept dropping. It kept dropping down and dropping for months and months. So if I were to sell at that point of time, I would have lost a lot of money. But because I was disciplined to stay to my principles, I actually held this stock really far. But I made a safer play. Let me explain. I acquired 2 lots from the start. 2 lots is 2,000 units at an unbelievably low price at $6.97. I sold 1,000 units away at $22 and I sold another 1,000 units away at $55. So as you can see, I made the play of selling half and then keeping the other half to hold it further. Because you would never know if it's just a speculation, and at that time I kinda needed some money, so I decided to go halfsies on that. I made a total of $72,614.16. Pretty decent for me, because even though I could have earned much more, I'm not gonna be greedy because it could be the other way around. What if I sold 1 lot and then it started to drop? But anyway, it wouldn't affect you if you're investing for the long run, which I was. But based on how much it spiked from its initial investment, I'd rather take it out because I have a lot of liquid cash now that I can use to invest in other stocks or even buy it back at a lower price. Okay, listen. Now that I've uncovered the total sum that I've netted, which is $11,907.22 for Stitch Fix, $26,344.32 for Pinduoduo, $9,000 to $10,000 for Tesla, and $72,614.16 for NEO. Summing it up to a net total of $120,365.70. But let's take a look if I hadn't have sold the stocks at that price and I actually held it up till today. Stitch Fix I sold for $70.85. I also sold NEO at its highest at $55.38. So those two wouldn't make much difference except for NEO, because NEO I sold one lot for $22. But let's look at Pinduoduo. At its highest, it was at $157.49. It could be even higher today. And the worst of it all is Tesla, sitting at $649.88 after a 1-to-5 stock split. If you guys don't know what a 1-to-5 stock split is, basically if you have 1,000 units, it will become 5,000 units at a cheaper price, at 1/5 of its original price. So that $1,000 per unit becomes around $200 per unit, but you currently hold 5,000 units. And the good thing about that is when it becomes so cheap, the general public, more of the general public are able to invest in it, and because it went up so high in the past, they are going to keep investing in it and the price will keep going up. But it is what it is. As long as I'm satisfied with what I have netted, that's all that matters. But it will give me a good lesson for my future plannings and my future trades. As long as I don't get in the red, I'm completely happy with what I invest in. To keep this video short, I'm going to end this video right here, and just a quick reminder to start investing as soon as possible. And if you want more investing and entrepreneurial style videos, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Also smash the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm for me to get this message out to more of the young people out there, millennials especially. With that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead of you, and I'll see you guys next time.